Hello everybody and welcome to the Shatterheart SMP server. Today we're just going to be cutting down trees the whole episode because that is what we will do. That is not the button I meant to press. But no, we will not be doing this whole episode because we will be heading over to the base, and I have done many things to it. It looks very different now. And this all used to be roofed forest here, and I've cut it all down. And that is to do with my base, so I've built a lot. This all used to be roofed forest, and there used to be a bit of taiga there that I've cut down. That's where this wood's come from. And I've also shorn, I think shorn is the correct term, a lot of leaves. You might be able to see it as we get out of the roofed forest here, but if you can't, well then we'll head up there and have a look. So, first thing I want to mention, I am using 100 FOV. I usually change FOVs like once every 3 or 2 months. Yeah, you can see a little bit of it there. Speed's building a barn thing down there. Now once every 2 or 3 months or whatever. Actually, let's talk about this for a bit. So, I have been building a tree, and it's going to go all the way up. It's going to be branches across the sky, and it's going to look kind of cool in my opinion. But I have used a lot of wood on this. Oh, let's see if I can MLG. Oh, no. God dang it. There's a torch here. About there. There's a torch here. Okay. So. I haven't been speaking all day really, my voice is a bit weird. But I'm going to make it go all the way to the top, and it's going to be branches, and it's going to look kind of cool in my opinion. And I did it a block in too far, so I had to take it all down and do it again pretty much. But this is what it looks like from the side and everything. Yeah, I reckon it's going to look kind of cool. And it's going to hide the mob system, because it's just a big ugly cobblestone thing in the sky. And I want to move this thing back a block, so this is there, and that's there. And this is also another thing. Oh yeah, I have a storage system thing up here now, which I don't really have anything in the chests right now, but I will soon. I have cobble and dirt pretty much, and that's all. And we have a chicken farm. There's not that many chickens up there, so the eggs haven't been getting dispensed as quickly as I would have liked, but that will happen soon. Then it all closes. That's kind of cool. And that's all I've done really. I've been spending a lot of time on this, and I took down the dirt thing that was going from here to there because it was blocking the view of the tree. And now the path that goes around the front of these houses there and goes up and around and down here will no longer be in use. We'll be using this instead because it's much quicker. And this is what we will be building today. And I have a name tag. I went caving and just ignored the name right now. Next episode will be me building something kind of cool. But what I want this path to look like is just a big root. Oops. A big root coming from that tree down to here. And I'm going to try and make it look somewhat like a root. I don't know if I can. But as we're doing this, I'm going to be talking. Should I put... I think I should. One there. One there. Yeah. It looks better. So today we're going to be talking about my life, because one of my close friends, good old Alex or Speedo Shire, as you all know him probably. He talked about his life and everything, and so did BJ. He talked about his life, and so did Brick. And I'm like, hey, well, I want to do the same thing, so let's talk about my life. So today's edition, basically what they talked about was all the negative aspects of their life and what they've been going through their life. So I'm going to go through stuff about my life. This episode might be really long or short depending on how fast I get through talking. But today we're going to talk about depression. Oh yay. That shouldn't be there. But yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my epic story about my life with depression and stuff. I wouldn't call it a major depression right now, because right now I'm kind of okay. Somewhat. You know, so without further ado, we might run out of wood as well, and that's when we'll stop, but I don't know, until we get there, then I guess I'll just keep going. But it all started back in year 7 when my mum and dad broke up. and this wasn't really a problem. I guess it might have been a problem, and deep down inside it might have been a problem, and I just haven't really realized it as a problem, but I couldn't care less, really. But, as I said, deep down inside it might be, like, really annoying me, and I just don't know it yet, but I don't know. So they broke up, and that was, like, at the start of high school, and high school is really stressful compared to primary school. I remember thinking that to myself, and I didn't really hang with the best group of friends, to be honest. It was because not many people from my primary school went to my high school. I only had a singular best friend from primary school as well, so didn't matter that much, but kind of in the wrong crowd of people. They didn't do any bad things or anything like that. I could really timestamp, or I could tell you the time of which I've started the bad things, but it was when my mum had to go look after a beach house kind of thing for one of her friends, and I remember talking to my girlfriend at the time then, and that's when it all started pretty much. So, in year 7, there was this girl in my class. I'm not going to say her name, but I remember thinking that she was like the prettiest person I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, when you see someone really pretty, you kind of think to yourself, well, they're never going to go for me. Like, what kind of chance do I have? And then, I can't quite remember why she started talking to me over Kick. I had Kick, so I was cool. Can't quite remember why, or like how she even got my Kick, but she did, and we talked for a while, and actually no, I'm telling the story in the wrong order. Fuck, how does it go? Oh yeah, in class, I remember she was sitting there, and she had cuts on her arm. I didn't really know what that meant. So I knew very, very little about self-harm. But I'm like, well, I should help her because, you know, I care so much about this singular human being, and, you know, I love her so much and everything, and I just want to help her. So, I started talking to her, and then we, like, fell deeply in love. It was so 12. But, yeah, that's what happened. We told everything to each other, really. And then, you know, I didn't make the smartest decisions. One of those being, for every cut that she did on herself would be one that I did. Would be like 50 that I did on myself. So that didn't really benefit either of us in any way, shape, or form, because she didn't stop and I didn't stop. And she really introduced me to this good old self-harm thing. And she didn't like her body image, and then I realized how ugly I was and everything, and then I was like, ew, ew. And then I kind of started to hate how I looked, and I would be weighing myself every day, and I would be just eating dinner and nothing else, and like, when my dad wasn't in the house, I'd be like sneaking my full dinner out and putting it in the bin. So I was eating very little, and at one point I weighed 55 kilos. I think that was the lightest I was. I think that was in year 8 though. I don't know, but in year 7, I don't know, when I went through this dark phase in my life, it's kind of weird because you became more aware of your surroundings and just kind of opened your eyes up to everything. And then you realize, I haven't done this side, then you realize kind of like it kind of enhanced your senses in a way. Like, because I can remember all these familiar smells that I would smell while going through this phase. It sounds kind of weird saying it out loud, but that's the truth. It like made you really, really aware about your surroundings and everything, and made you really, really contemplate life. And my girlfriend at the time, she went and saw a counselor and everything, but that's not my story to tell. But I'm trying to think if this was in year 7 or 8. I think it was in year 7. Yeah, because I was sitting in math with that teacher. Yeah, so year 7, sitting in math, and then at our school we have these people called office runners, and what they do is they run notes around the classrooms that people at the office want to be taken to certain people. And the office runner came into our classroom and gave me a note, and it was from the counselor, and he wanted me to go see him, because it turns out one of my teachers had seen the cuts on my leg, because I am not the best at hiding them, because my pants are somewhat short. And so, went and had a good old chat with him. He asked me why, and I lied. I lied why. I said it was because my parents broke up, and I really couldn't care less, or whatever. So, basically what he did, he called me in again 2 days from 2 days from when he originally called me in, and when I walked in, my sister was also sitting there, so he called my sister in there, and then he started to talk about how, them splitting up is not bad or whatever. But I sat there and took nothing from that conversation, because that was not the reason why I was self-harming. It's because I had body image issues. I really, really didn't like how I looked. Like, I thought I was too fat, I had, like, acne everywhere, and I just really, really just didn't want to live anymore. But now as it stands, I don't cut oftenly. It's a rare occurrence, really. I'm kind of somewhat... I think I just got over the fact... I just got over cutting, really. Because I realized... No, well, I didn't realize. I don't know, I did a few days ago, but that's a different story. But right now... What was I talking about? Right now, I'm not as depressed as I used to be. I could do that side, but dang it. Not as depressed as I used to be. I'm not saying I'm okay, though, definitely not. Like, if I died right now, I wouldn't care. Like, I'm not gonna commit suicide, like, that's just, no. I wouldn't even know how to, really. But if I died, I wouldn't care. I guess I wouldn't care because I'd be dead, but, like, I wouldn't particularly, I'm not scared of death right now, because I wake up in the morning to the sound of my dad telling me to get out of bed. I go downstairs, get my school uniform, I put it on, I go do my teeth, I put the stuff in my school bag, I walk down to the bus stop, hop on the same bus with the same bus driver, go down the exact same road, pass the exact same bus stops, go to the exact same school, go to the school, talk to the exact same people, then go to the exact same classes, and then do the exact same work, and then it's just like, life is so repetitive and boring, and I just, I want to change it or something like that. And then I get picked up by my dad in the afternoon in the exact same car, and then I go home and play on the computer, and then go to sleep, and that cycle just repeats over and over and over again, and it gets really boring, and it's like, if you've ever seen Groundhog Day, I believe the movie's called. No, that's where the guy, hang on, yeah, that's where the guy, Groundhog Day is a thing in America where the groundhog tells them if winter will come early or whatever, or something like that. I can't quite remember. Basically, he was a news reporter, and he stayed in a hotel overnight, and then he relived the same day over and over and over and over and over again. It feels like that. Like, every day is the exact same. It's just so boring, and life is just terrible. Because the mental abuse that my father gives to me is not good. Like, I know sometimes he's just trying to look out for me and whatever, but sometimes he just yells at me for no reason at all. Like, for example, last night he was yelling at me because I didn't eat my lunch. I'm like, well, you can't make me eat, I'm not going to eat if I don't want to eat. And then he was like, what did he say? He's like, there will be consequences if you don't eat your lunch again, or some shit like that. And then his fallback insult is to say that you won't be living here anymore if you continue to do X, or continue to do A, whatever. Thinking I'll bring it down like that. And that just makes me feel unwanted and like alone and out of place. How far should we make this go down? Alright, and today I'm also sick, which is fun. Make that go all the way down. So this is just meant to look like a route. I don't know if I'm doing a good job at it. I can't really tell until I step back a little bit, maybe. But I don't consider myself anorexic. Like, I eat food occasionally. It's just that usually for recess I get like a piece of fruit and I eat that and give the rest of my food away to people. And then I'll throw my lunch out and maybe eat a little something when I get home, and then I'll have dinner and have some ice cream maybe, and then go to bed. So I don't need a whole lot. I don't consider myself anorexic. I don't know if I am or not. It's kind of hard to tell. But right now, as it stands, I just wouldn't really care if I died. I'm not intending on committing suicide at all. But I've only seen a counselor like twice in my life. and I don't really intend to share my feelings with some random guy, although that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But I don't really wanna. You know the feeling? That's wrong. And this is Speed's axe that I'm using as well. He enchanted it yesterday or the day before, and I borrowed it. So I needed to do some deforestation, you know? And me being in this state of mind has kind of made my schoolwork go down. Like, I don't do homework. Like, if it's avoidable, I won't do it. Because I'm just so lazy. It's just a bad thing. I'm gonna bring these all down. Or we might put some on the outside like that. Just to give it some different texture or something. Yeah, we're definitely gonna run out of wood. I think. Okay, so we'll do these ones first. But basically, back in the good old days, I used to self-harm a lot. It was only on my leg as well. I didn't do it on my arms or anything because I had the knowledge to know that if I did it on my arms, people would see it and be like, "Oh, I'm good. You're good at your self-harms." Yeah. Yeah. So, you kind of tried to hide it from people. Although I was very, very open about it to my friends at the time. Well, they still are my friends. I don't know why I said at the time. Still are. Oh, you little bastard. This is an Unbreaking 2 diamond sword as well. I needed to enchant it because I wanted to go to the nether. Not the nether, the end, and get ender pearls, because for the design that I'm going to use for the end farm, I need endermite. I need endermite because the endermen get attracted to endermites. So I need an endermite. Yeah, so, and you can only get endermites by spamming ender pearls. Or they get like trapped around endermen at the bottom or something. I'm not quite sure how they work. I know that you can get them from spamming ender pearls. How's that look? It's a bit flat over there, but as I said, we can fix that. I might put some leaves around the top of it as well. Yeah. So I might do one side of this today, and then do the other side off camera. So you guys can get a feel of what I'm going for here. It took... How many stacks of wood did it take to build the tree so far? It took... Oh, maybe... It's got to be like 60 stacks of wood at least. So I remember one day I got 19 stacks, and Speed got me like another 10, and I got more before that, so it's probably over 30. Let's break that. Nope, can't break that. Can I break it now? Nope, sure cannot. I've got to break all that as well, but I'll do that later. So right now, as it stands, my life is pretty miserable, but you know, what can you do, you know? So this is all gonna come down. Yeah. Maybe if that stayed at that length. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back up around the top of it. I'll get rid of these cobblestone bits later. We're gonna put some parts here on the outside and give it some good old texture. So we've done part here, and we're gonna do another one. Actually, no, the way to do that would be like... I'm just gonna mark out where I want pieces to be. Did it wrong again. Maybe like some there, then maybe one there, and then maybe... Nope. Place, there we go. Maybe one there, then maybe one back up here again. And we'll just bring those down a little bit. Maybe some on this side as well. Like so. But I'm quite fortunate though, because I don't have anxiety like most people with depression do. And that's from my experiences with people that have depression and anxiety. Because most people that are depressed have anxiety, I think. Well, it seems to make sense. So I'm one of those lucky depressed people, I guess is a way to put it. But as I said, I'm not planning to commit suicide. Like, I was talking about my life in the New Dawn chat the other day, and then I went to go eat my dinner because I was talking about like suicide and stuff, and they all thought I would. and then I like left my computer to go eat my dinner and didn't tell them, and they all thought like I went to go do it, and it was, I don't know, it was stupid. I don't want it. I want it to be really, really random, so that needs to come down like that. So like it doesn't go like on a slant like that, like it's all zigzaggy like this. Yeah, that'll look good if we just keep doing more of it, I guess. But that's really all about my life, like the bad aspects, really. Oh, I'm gonna share like one of my saddest memories with you guys. So back in year 7, when my parents still lived in the same house, because I remember my mum was in the house. So they hadn't broken up yet, but they were in the process of doing it. And I think they both decided it would be a good idea to give my sisters and I like an envelope, like saying it's not your fault and everything. Like they gave me a card, and you know, my mum was the reason my family's broken up, but that's not. I'm not going to tell you why. But so I was very angry at her. So my dad gave me a note, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, thanks dad. And then my mum came over and gave me one, and I read it, and then I ripped it up and threw it in the bin. And I really regret doing that. Like, if I could go back in time and stop myself from doing that, I would. But it's a bit too late now. Because I threw it in the bin, and she came over to me at the computer table. She held it in front of my face and said, disrespectful, like in a really, really angry voice, and she walked away. And I was going to go grab it out of the bin, but I just forgot. Because I was too busy with Minecraft. So, it just makes me a sad, sad panda, you know? So that's like my saddest memory, like, ever. It's going to come down further. I really regret doing that. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab more wood. And nobody's on right now, mainly because it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for me. And Speed is testing his new OS tablet that he has gotten. Because he is now going to be OS Master, of course. So like, this one comes down to here. And then this one comes down further than both of them. It doesn't really go in a certain pattern, it's really random, and that's what I want to go for. Yeah, like that. And I collected a bunch of leaves as well. So that's really all that's happening with my life in the past few years. It's not... I don't know. Sorry if that changed your opinion on me or whatever, but most people... No, that's a dick thing to say. I was gonna say most people that play Minecraft, that do UHC are like depressed or whatever. But judging by the community posts and what people have said, that's actually kind of true. I'm not saying it's like true with all people, like Majora, he's the happiest guy on earth, but we wouldn't know if he was depressed, because most, or like self-harms or whatever, because most people that do, they don't tell anybody, they keep it very, very secret, or keep it to themselves. So, like, anybody as happy and cheery as Majora could be depressed or self-harmed or whatever. Could be depressed or self-harmed, yep, that makes sense. And my leaves are in this chest. Yeah, here they are. I have many leaves. Let me grab a few of these. So the chicken farm seems to be working, it would appear. I just need to keep breeding the chickens at the top, so they keep producing more eggs. Let me sleep, Minecraft. Ugh. Tired, just yawned, there we go. Okay, so let's go place some leaves over here and see what it looks like. So I'm thinking, I kind of want to make this jagged as well, like the top. It's a root, you know. So it's got to be kind of sporadic. Yeah, so something like that. And then we might intertwine leaves with it. So like that. We might make them go down a little bit. We might put them along the top of these ones. All the way around. Like, leaves are your best friend when you're building things. They look so good. I don't want to put too many leaves because it will ruin it, in my opinion. Just gonna put them there though, not that one. Maybe one there. Yeah. There's gotta be one behind here. Okay, so how's that look? Let's go have a look, shall we? Splash. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look too good from this side, does it? No, so we've got to make the leaves. Gotta make the leaves come down a bit, maybe. And by a bit, I mean a lot. But not in all of the parts, though, because then it'll just look weird. But then we've got to kind of join them. No, we don't. We don't have to join them. Stop joining. So that looks cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Much better. I kind of assumed I would have to do this as well. Like placing leaves like that. It's gonna go around and, oops, mark out where I want the leaves to be. Some there as well, maybe some down there, and maybe we'll skip that one and we'll go from the top. Maybe we'll join that like that. Go down to, yeah, something like that. Minecraft is a very, very open game to do whatever you want to do, which is nice. Did I just place a leaf behind? I did. Maybe there should be leaves behind it. Like up in there. To give the leaves more girth. Winky face. Something like that. Yeah. Oh my, that looks sexual. I like that a lot, actually. Put that down there. And these leaves are also going to be used. I need to. You're going to be all like, "Oh my god, Etho fanboy." But no, shut up. Don't talk to me. Basically, with my tree. Let me just get up there and talk to you guys while I'm up there. We might. Yeah, I'll finish this off camera. You guys don't need to see me build all of this. You've got the general idea of what it's going to look like. But with the tree here, I'm going to make a slime block elevator going up to the very top, and there's going to be like branches leading out. And there's going to be different things on each branch, which could look kind of cool. And I might put a slime block down here so I can drop down to my storage room. Actually, no, there'll be a slime block elevator. That will be fine. Okay, cool. So there's going to be like branches coming off, and there's going to be really big branches, and it's going to be like leaves everywhere, and you know, that's kind of what Etho's doing, but I don't care. I really don't care. Because mine's going to be different. Because I'm cooler than him. I don't know. I wasn't even going to do that until Speed brought it up. He's like, well, are you going to put houses and everything at the top, and like different branches for different things? And I'm like, well, I am going to now, because that's a really cool idea that you've just mentioned. Let's put one there, we'll miss that one. We'll put it on this side and then that side. Miss that one, but we'll put it on that side and that side, and there. We'll miss that one, but we'll go like that. One here and there. There. Yeah, okay, cool. I might do the rest of the leaves on camera because I've got nothing else to do. Put those there so it's easier, so I don't have to scroll as much. Yeah, that looks cool, I like that. So regarding my FOV, the thing I was talking about at the start of the episode, I don't know, it's probably going to stay on 100 for a while. I'm not necessarily good with it right now. I can shoot with it and everything, but doing long range is kind of hard with higher FOVs, because I've always been saying that normal FOV is the master race FOV, and the highest I've ever gone is 99, but that was a long time ago. I think I actually have a clip from me using 99 FOV that I never ever uploaded, but I don't think I got that off my computer when I gave it to my sister, so I think it might be lost forever. Rip. I'm gonna bring them down to the same height so I can just jump up and pull them down a bit. Where am I going? Yeah. Looks fabulous. I've also really been enjoying my time on Shatterheart as well. It's a nice server. Nice people. Not that many people play on it when I play on it though. So like, would like another, maybe another Australian buddy? Perhaps. And I have an Australian buddy in mind that I would like to join the server. So I might bring that up with good old Nestor and Brick. Because he's a cool guy, and I don't know if I want to mention his name. I'm not gonna know. He's a cool guy and somewhat of a close friend, and I think he will fit on the server quite nicely. And he also wanted to be on here. I don't know why he didn't make an application when there was applications up for the server, but I don't know, I guess that's his choice that he made to not play when he had the opportunity. So now I've got to kind of convince Angal and Brick that he is a good guy to have on the server. And then I've also got to convince the rest of the server as well that he's a good guy to have on the server. Because when we vote for people, we usually have a group vote. There's got to be one there as well. I haven't voted anybody in right now, but like, I was told that that's how it's done. There we go. Let's just turn back and have a look and see if we need to add any more leaves anywhere. Oh well, of course I've got to put the wood down as well, but kind of forgot about putting down the wood, dang it. How long have I been recording? Don't even know. Yeah, we're going to run out of dark oak as well. Jump, jump, jump. Yeah, I'll do this all off camera. So thank you guys for watching today's Shatterheart SMP episode. We talked a lot. We talked about a lot of things in my life that I find quite personal and touchy subjects and everything. I also need to put leaves up there as well, but that's basically what it's going to look like. It looks kind of cool, I guess. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.